When I think of the Cadillac Escalade-V, I think of a lot of competition. Justifying $170-ish thousand price, does it compete with BMW, Mercedes, Range Rover? It does have a handcrafted supercharged V8 engine. I'm Anthony from Full-Throttle, and Coast Cadillac here in Port Richey has given us the 2026 Cadillac Escalade-V series in Raven Black over Jet Black. To start off the justification, the headlight assembly, you have the animated feature, which is really cool the way it's structured, and it goes up and around almost the whole grille. Glossy black inserts. You do have to pay for the Cadillac emblem to be illuminated. That to me is a con. 8 to 10 inches of clearance, that's more than enough, and it'll adjust around 2 inches depending on different driving modes. With a truck yet dominant stance, handcrafted supercharged V8 engine which sweetens the ante, going against competition to see if it justifies that price. Well, if you go into an X7 M60i, that's one of my favorite variants, that's going to be an M engine, the S68, but this one's going to have more power, and this actually gets a 5149 weight distribution. This thing weighs over 3 tons, have you. Go against Mercedes, you got the Maybach, that's going to be a little bit too expensive because that's over $200,000, so now you're seeing the savings. Plus, you're not getting as quick speeds as you would as the GLS 63, but then the ride is super firm. Here we have magnetic ride control, which dampens the road 1,000 times per second to make it more smooth. Also has an electronically limited slip differential and air ride control, so it literally will make it as smooth as possible, tuning into your driving modes. Going against Range Rover, the SV, it's going to be well over $200,000. We got a review on it through Hawkeye Rides, and man, that thing was amazing. It's a BMW engine. But if I'm going to go that route, I might as well go Alpina, and both of those vehicles are going to be a lot more money than this, and what makes this more justified is what's housed underneath the hood is a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 producing 682 horsepower with 653 pound-feet of torque that's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, achieving 11 mpg for the city, 17 mpg for the highway, with a combined at 13 mpg, reaching 60 around 4.4 seconds with the top speed electronically limited to around 125 miles per hour. Since we've already covered the grounds of this not being the fastest, plus it's a gasaholic, what else makes this more unique than the competition at over $174,000? Well, it's going to have that wow factor because we got these upgraded 24-inch wheels. Those red brake calipers are housing 6 pistons in the front. The disc is at 410 millimeters, which is 16.1 inches. The rear is going to be a single floating caliper at 343 millimeters or 13.5 inch. And it does have some practicality because you could tow up to 7,200 pounds, a payload over 1,300 pounds. That's 200-pound towing more than the ESV and almost 200-pound more payload. And this is over 210 inches, have you? And I can understand that may not be enough to justify the sticker. Not just yet. The rear gets the animated LED taillights, and these lights are huge. It literally looks like a spaceship because of how big this damn thing is. The rear window, you can open that up, which is awesome. Because for tall people like me, at 6'3", look at this. I can just throw the key fob right in there if I wanted to. The rear windshield wiper tucked underneath the lower roof spoiler. The lower gets the quad exhaust tips, front and rear parking sensors, 360-degree reverse camera. The con that I have with that though is it's a lot smaller than the competition. It literally feels like they took it out of the Buick and GMC and just threw it into the Cadillac. When I'm spending over 170 grand, I want that screen to be covered because the dashboard is completely covered, 55 inches of screen configuration. We do get a digital rear view mirror. It's on the smaller side also, and this is a huge vehicle, which is the only reason why I'm complaining about that. But safety does carry on because we have night vision, which is not going to be standard in any of the competition, and you get enhanced automatic emergency braking, reverse automatic braking, enhanced auto parking with rear pedestrian assist. If this is not enough to justify the sticker price, you got to see the interior and the drive. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe and the like, because all these clicks help with the algorithm so we can bring more vehicles like this to the channel. radius at a stop point, a long vehicle. It's gonna take about 3 lanes. Let's rock and roll. You get the burbles. Oh, you get the burbles. It's an exciting vehicle. Is this gonna justify over $170,000? That's what we're gonna see. So far, the drive, it's a smooth vehicle. I have to say, the magnetic ride control that reads the road really does transform this vehicle. That exhaust that filters in, I think it's quite amazing because it really transformed the whole drive. Because you're thinking, oh, it's just an Escalade. You push the gas a little bit, you hear those burbles, and you can hear the exhaust all the time. The sound deadening, I mean, you're gonna see it is pretty quiet. The seat cushion is comfortable, heated, ventilated, massage seats. The con that comes into play at this price is the second and third row does lack in features. But that's not necessarily a problem because when you go into competition, you do have to option features also, which escalate the price. And this is going to be kind of at that sweet spot price considering the performance you're getting. Now the screen configuration, I'm not a huge fan of TVs on wheels, and this does an excellent job of that. So if you're all right with that, you're gonna love this vehicle. Over 210 inches, and I'm only reminding you this because when you put that with over 3-ton curb weight and a 5149 weight distribution, this thing is starting to be pretty impressive. Maneuverability, the steering is light, you got super cruise control, so you can drive this daily and drive it far, which I would definitely do so. Now if you take the V mode off and just drive it in tour, becomes a lot more quiet and tame, but it doesn't really alter the suspension too much in the sense of making it a rigid ride. So I appreciate what Cadillac is doing overall because it's making it a lot more justifiable in the price. I mean, check out the performance. And the brakes. This has the status quo with the 24-inch wheels. This has the performance. This is handcrafted. This has the smooth ride. It literally is ticking the box for me. Only thing that I want to see before we conclude is how does it feel with these 24-inch wheels over some hard terrain. So we're going to turn down here real quick and just see how it feels. Because this road's nice and bumpy. And still, nothing really penetrating through the cabin. And that's with these upgraded wheels. I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.